Hello, 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 and welcome to Taking Stock. And it's a very special Valentine's Day couples edition of the show. We're doing something very new for this program, and we're actually hosting a kind of game show vibe on the program this evening. Yesterday was Valentine's Day, and we are talking couples finance. You know that money is often one of the most difficult things to talk about when you're in a relationship, especially at the beginning of a relationship. It can be a bit awkward to bring the issue of finances up. So, how do you know that you're on the same page financially? Do you, as a couple, share the same goals financially? What would one partner do if they won the lotto? What would the other partner do? What are your financial priorities? That is the objective of our program this evening. We're going to be having on two very special couples, and we'll be testing their financial compatibility. Now, the objective of this program this evening, yes, we're going to be having a bit of fun with our two couples, but it is also for you to take these lessons into your life, to open up a discussion with your significant other, whether you are married, newlywed, if you are just in a boyfriend girlfriend relationship, if you're just starting out in a relationship. These are things that you may want to talk about to find out, are you financially compatible? Do you share financial goals? What is your outlook? Is one of you a spender and the other one a saver? Should you get a joint checking account? Should you separate all your finances? And if you watched yesterday's episode of Money Mondays JA, we spoke about prenuptial agreements, and I said it can actually be something romantic. Some people were laughing at me for that, but yeah, why not plan for your marriage even before you get married? Why not plan your finances immediately? And it's not necessarily planning for the end of your marriage, although that can be covered in a prenup, but it's for planning on how you are going to manage your finances jointly as a couple once you join your finances. So I see a lot of you joining us online so far. Where's everybody from? You know how we typically start this. I like to shout out who's joining us from where. Strong Link says, good topic. The partner with better financial intelligence must handle the funds. I remember when I was a little girl, my mom told me that my dad told her that she must give him all her money because he, in his mind, was the better manager of the finances. And she was like, oh, hell no, that ain't gonna work. So what is your money management style as a couple? So Horace says, bless up, Miss Reynolds. Cheesy Gully Side is joining us from Mobay. Richie is in Clarendon. Yuri is in Portmore. Tracy is joining us all the way from Trinidad and Tobago. Hey, Tracy. Raquel is in Waterhouse in Kingston. And Jachusha Prussia, one of our day ones and one of our most loyal, is joining us from Bath Fountain in Bath, St. Thomas. He's always inviting me to visit Bath. So one of these days I have to make the time and head on to Bath. Let me see who else we have here. K3 is in Portmore. I saw somebody joining us from Brooklyn, New York. Where is it? Rodney is in Old Harbor Village. Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? I saw it just now. Keisha is in Manchester. Big up yourself, Keisha. Sharice is in St. Catherine. Tavia is in Kingston. And Demar says, women love to look at zeros in the bank account, which don't have no value. Zero only has no value when it's at the beginning of a number, Demar. When it's at the end of a number, the more zeros, the better. 6 zeros is how many? 1,000,000. 7 zeros, 10 million. 9 zeros, a cool Billy. All right, so are we good to go, Madam Producer? Okay, so let me give you a look at what's coming up in the program and, of course, what's hot in business. Money is one of the trickiest things to talk about in a relationship. Are these couples on the same financial page? It's our first ever Valentine's Day Couples Edition. And the analysts weigh in on the latest market developments. SAGICOR Group is buying out the troubled Alliance Financial Services in the midst of its legal woes. 138 Student Living stock price jumped 70% last week. We'll find out why. Mystic Mountain is bankrupt. And in the US, the Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped 500 points as increased tensions between Ukraine and Russia sent oil prices spiking. We'll discuss. But first, here's What's Hot, brought to you by Jamaica Money Market Brokers, your best interest at heart.
Jamaica Fiberglass Products wants to become the first furniture and decor manufacturing company to list on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. The 36-year-old company manufactures restaurant, hotel, and school furniture and decor, as well as counters, cabinetry, and laboratories. According to the prospectus released Monday, JFP seeking to raise 280 million Jamaican dollars through an initial public offer and offer for sale. The minimum purchase is 1,000 shares at a cost of $1 per share. If the IPO is successful, the company intends to list on the junior market of the Jamaica Stock Exchange. JFP said that some of the funds will be used to facilitate their regional and international expansion. GK Capital Management is listed as the lead broker and NCB Capital Market Limited as the selling agent. The offer is set to open on Monday, February 21 and scheduled to close a week later on February 28. Join us live on Thursday at 8 p.m. for a special feature on the JFP IPO. The government plans to spend $912 billion for the upcoming financial year. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark tabled the new budget in Parliament last week. It's 2% more than the government planned on spending in the current fiscal year, which ends on March 31. Included in the budget is $65 billion for capital programs. Of that, $21 billion has been set aside for the South Coast Highway Improvement Project and $4.9 billion for the Montego Bay Perimeter Road. $539 billion will go towards recurrent spending outside of debt. Of that, $290 billion is to pay public sector wages and salaries. The other $249 billion will be divided among government programs. These include nearly $12 billion in support for universities, $6 billion for student nutrition, and $4 billion to fix roads. There is also $800 million for farm roads and $275 million to remove zinc fences. Among other things, the police will also receive $2 billion for critical operations. The finance minister said that the country will spend $307 billion on debt. He said that the government is aiming to reduce the country's debt-to-GDP ratio to 87.3% in the upcoming financial year. Debt-to-GDP ratio is a comparison of how much the country owes to how much it makes. If achieved, that would be Jamaica's lowest debt-to-GDP ratio since 1999. The budget debates are set to begin on March 8, when Dr. Clark will say how the government plans on funding the budget. First Rock Private Equity is stepping into the ship fueling game with the purchase of a Trinidad-based petroleum company. Managing Director of FRPE, Chris Young, told KRM that the company offers onshore and offshore fueling to ships involved in trade services. He said the name of the company and cost of the acquisition will be revealed after the deal has been finalized at the end of the month. According to Young, the company has historically been one of the leaders in the bunkering industry, at one point topping over $100 million in revenue. He said the company has significant storage capacity, and FRPE plans to increase its market share. With the purchase, Young said that FRPE will diversify its portfolio and have revenues from 4 countries, namely Guyana, Jamaica, the Bahamas, and Trinidad. First Rock Private Equity is a privately held company and is a member of First Rock Group, not an affiliate or subsidiary of First Rock Capital Holdings, which is listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. SAGICOR Group Jamaica says it has entered into an agreement to purchase 100% of the shares in Alliance Financial Services Limited. Operations at AFSL were stopped in December 2021 after the company and its president and vice president Peter and Robert Chin were charged with breaches of the Bank of Jamaica, the Banking Services, and the Proceeds of Crime Acts. In January, the court dropped all charges against the Chins after AFSL pleaded guilty to regulatory breaches. If approved, the acquisition, which is awaiting regulatory approval, will see SAGICOR entering the cambio and remittances sector. SAGICOR said it has already begun the process of applying for those licenses from the Bank of Jamaica. SAGICOR Group President and CEO Christopher Zaka said the acquisition is part of the group's overall strategy for growth, as it will allow the company to move into new business segments and expand its product offerings. JMMB says it is partnering with Norbrook Transaction Services, developers of ePay, to relaunch their solutions. JMMB said with the partnership, it will be jointly offering ePay services. Use of cards provided by ePay Jamaica was disrupted in December 2021 when principals of Alliance Financial Services Limited, Peter Chin and Robert Chin, were charged with breaches of several acts. ePay Jamaica was a subsidiary of Alliance Payment Services Limited. JMMB said its partnership with ePay will serve just under 300 companies across Jamaica and roughly 80 merchants, including Popeyes and Island Grill. ePay offers a wide variety of card solutions, such as transportation cards, prepaid cards, e-wallets, and single specialized cards. GK Capital Management will now offer mutual funds through the newly incorporated GK Mutual Funds Limited. The company said it has received approval from the Financial Services Commission. It will initially offer 3 products: the GK US Dollar Income Fund, the GK Jamaican Dollar Money Market Fund, and the GK Jamaican Dollar Growth and Income Fund. GK said the funds were designed to provide a suite of diversified investment solutions to investors with varying risk appetites. When launched, qualified investors will be able to subscribe for shares in a fund or funds which best meet their investment objectives. Grace Kennedy Group CEO Don Webby said the new investment options form part of their commitment to help Jamaicans pursue their dreams through innovative financial solutions. The launch for GK Mutual Funds is set for the second quarter of 2022. MasterCard and GCS International have extended their partnership to develop and deliver digital payment solutions to underserved consumers in the Caribbean. GCS International is a fintech company based in the Dominican Republic. It specializes in technology within the payments industry, such as transfers between accounts, payment of basic services, loan payments, among others. MasterCard said the partnership builds on the collaborative work already underway in the Dominican Republic and now has expanded to include solutions in Jamaica. Financial institutions will be provided with a white label mobile wallet solution, including MasterCard prepaid cards for international use. 2 Caribbean nationals have landed on the Forbes list of black billionaires. Jamaica's Michael Lee Chin ranked at 12 on the list of 15 with $1.6 billion in net worth. Lee Chin is a majority investor in National Commercial Bank Jamaica, AIC Limited, and other companies. Barbados' newest national hero, Rihanna, also made the list for the first time, ranking number 10 among persons of African descent with a net worth of $1.7 billion. Founder of investment company Vista Equity Partners, Robert F. Smith, is the 3rd richest black person. His company focuses on financing software, data, and technology companies. According to Forbes, he has a net worth of $6 billion. Second is Nigerian Mike Adenuga, with a net worth of $7 billion. Adenuga is also Nigeria's 2nd richest man. His mobile phone network Globacom is the 3rd largest operator in Nigeria. And according to Forbes, Nigerian Aliko Dangote is the world's richest black person, with a net worth of $14.1 billion. Dangote is the founder and chairman of Dangote Cement, the largest cement producer in Africa. What's Hot was brought to you by Jamaica Money Market Brokers, your best interest at heart.
Our key word for 2022 is consistency. Now, I've told you before that you can start investing with as little as 1,000 Jamaican dollars, but the key to growing that into actual wealth is consistency. So here's what we're gonna do. Step 1, open your investment account. Step 2, set up a standing order or a salary deduction with your employer to fund that investment account every month, so that at the end of each month, you have money to buy stocks. Step 3, you're going to watch my show, Taking Stock with Kalila Reynolds, every Tuesday at 8 p.m. on YouTube for news and analysis on the stock market. And if you're completely clueless as to how to get started, well, you take my Investing for Beginners Masterclass at KalilaReynolds.com/masterclass. 2022 is going to be your year. Let's get this money. This segment of Taking Stock is brought to you by Bulwark Insurance Agency, insurance made easy, and Appleton Estate, Jamaican excellence. It's Stock Couples Edition. Excitement buzz. Yes, we are ready to do this. I'm ready to have quite a bit of fun on this very special edition of the program. But first, let me big up some more of our viewers. Al Swaby is all the way in Toronto. Toronto in the house. Kawana says, recently started watching your show, Come Brook. Good reason to watch because you want to change that, right? A big up from Cave, Westmoreland. And Strong Link is reporting from above Manor Park. So that's upper St. Andrew. If it's above Manor Park, big up yourself. Pleased to have you joining us this evening. So as you have seen, we have an exciting show lined up for you. But first, I want you to get those likes up because I see 143 people watching and only 34 likes. Come on now. Don't be stingy with the likes. And one of those was actually from me because I liked my own video. So only 33 out of 143 people who watched have given us a like now, man. If you like the video, you need to tell YouTube that you like the video so that YouTube can recommend it to some more people. So let me see those numbers going up and up and up. And I want to especially big up I want to especially big up Raquel Francis, who has got my back all the time. She says, like the video, money makers, let's make it to 100 likes. Now we need to get even more than that. And also, I got to big up a special somebody who is in tune. Oh, where is it? Where is it? I saw a comment just now on YouTube. Where did it go? Where did it go? Ah, here we go. Richie, it just said the other half checking into the couples edition. Hi, Richie. Thanks for tuning in. I was gonna talk about you on this show, but no, I guess I just zip it. Me just zip it. Let me introduce our couples for this very special couples edition. So, couple number one is Dr. Micah Francis and her husband, Courtney Francis. Hi, Micah and Courtney.
Hey.
All right, so can put them on the screen. Let's see them. Let's see Micah and Courtney.
Hi.
There they are. Hi, Micah, Courtney. And couple number two is Marsha Gay Miles and Kevin Miles. Hi, Marsha Gay and Kevin.
Hi.
Hi.
Yes, yes. You guys looking lovely. All dressed for the occasion. Marsha, I love your top.
Thank you.
You guys ready for the show?
Yes,
Yeah.
Who's gonna win? Which couple's gonna win?
Us, of course.
Let me know in the comments. In the comments, who do you think is gonna win? Kevin and Marsha Gay or Courtney and Micah? Who you got your money on? Let me know in the comments. Let's see. All right. So first, tell me how you guys met. Courtney and Micah, how did you guys meet?
You want to tell a story?
Good old Facebook. Good old
Facebook.
Yes.
Yes.
So the funny thing is, I had come out of a really bad relationship some months before, and me and my friend were like, we were going to Barbados for the Easter, and I said to her, we might just find our husband in Barbados. No, you never know. But prior to that, in February, a mutual friend of Courtney and I were just talking on WhatsApp, and he was like, Micah, do you know this guy named Courtney? And I said, no, should I? And the person was like, no, I just feel like I know him. And I said, no, I don't know him. So I went on Facebook and I typed in Courtney Francis, and he popped up, and I realized we had a couple mutual friends, and I was like, oh, he's handsome. And I sent him a friend request. And I was liking pictures of him, and this one right here, never ever liked any of my pictures. Never. So that was from quite February until all the way in April when I went to Barbados. I posted a picture in a bikini, and this one jumped in my DM. Never liked any of my pictures, but the first time he see my picture, he just went straight into my DM.
To the point kind of guy.
And from then on, he started stalking me, and was
because
all
it goes down in the DMs,
Yeah.
But Courtney, how you just jump to the DMs that you don't like the picture, man? Come on.
Don't even like to build it up. Like, come on.
As I said,
no
to the point.
Foreplay, just straight to
Foreplay when required.
All right. I like that she said, should I know him? She just did her research and got right to business. All right, so let's meet our second couple, Marsha Gay and Kevin. Tell me how you guys met.
Okay. We met at work, so this was a corporate romance. He just kept staring at me and kept being super helpful and being present with everything that I was working on. I was a project manager. He's in IT, and even when he did not have to be at any of the project sites, he was scheduling himself to be there. And then we just became great friends, and then it progressed, and well, here we are today, continuing to learn and grow and love and all of that jazz.
So you just decided to put yourself in her line of vision every day, right, Courtney? Sorry,
Literally.
not Courtney, Kevin.
Agree.
You say I try to get me in trouble though.
No, you got in some good trouble, because watch your whole arm, man. Come on, that's some proper trouble. That's the right type of trouble to get into. All right, so today we are going to see how long have you guys been married, Kevin and Marsha Gay?
Going into 3 years.
Yeah.
And Courtney, oh yeah, I remember when you were getting married. That was when I was pregnant with Ryan.
Yes, you were.
Yay. And Courtney and Micah, 5
5.
years?
Yes.
5 years. Okay. All right. So not too far off. Let's see how well you two couples know each other. This ought to be really interesting. All right. So our first round is we're going to have the husbands answering questions about the wives.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we're going to ask you some questions, and the husbands, you are going to answer questions about your wives. And well, you're all going to answer the question, and you have your paper and your writing material there. And what you have to do, it's a multiple choice question. So we'll ask you something, and you have to write down what you think your wife will answer. So if you both write the same letter, because with the multiple choice, then you win a point. And if you don't write the same thing that your wife wrote, then you don't win a point. Right? And at the end of this, we are going to total it up, and you will win some fabulous prizes, which we will tell you about pretty soon. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
We're asking you both couples the same question at the same time, and you will have just a couple of seconds to answer so that you don't have any opportunity to cheat, right? Okay, so we are ready for question number 1. I feel like I shouldn't even ask this question, because I heard Kristen giving you all this question in the behind the scenes before we started.
Oh, we didn't give
All
that.
right, I'll ask it just so that we can. This is the warm-up question.
Give an easy one for the warm-up.
Yeah, easy. Warm-up question. Okay, so husbands, my wife just won 12.5 million Jamaican dollars in the Super Lotto. How would she spend the money? A, investing in stocks. B, on a brand new car. C, on the family. D, on a vacation. Right, quickly. All right, so Kevin and Marsha, I can't see your answers. Kevin said B, and Marsha Gay said A. So you didn't win. And Courtney and Micah both wrote A.
Oh yeah, I'm big on stocks. I know I'm trying to get Corinne to buy blue chip stocks. So yeah.
So Courtney and Micah have 1 point. They begin with 1 point, and we'll be keeping score behind the scenes. So so you two would
Very
both,
competitive, guys. Don't mind Courtney.
right. So Kevin, you thought she'd buy a new car? You need a new car,
That's a
Marsha?
good one, though. That's a good one. I probably
I do, but I would have chosen the stocks and let the stocks
She's
buy the car. I mean, I can't even believe it.
Yeah, makes
Probably been
sense.
talking
Yeah.
about buying a car for a while, so he thought that. But your priority would be the stocks. All right, good. So we have Courtney and Micah in the lead, the early lead. Question number 2. Da, 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 da. Question is hilarious. All right.
Transparency.
This is how the wife would answer. I had no cash, so I paid by blank. A, dividend checks. B, charm. C, credit card. D, gift vouchers. Okay. Couple number one both say C. Couple number two, what's your answer? Kevin and
Us?
Marsha Gay.
Oh, well, he had.
I think you froze.
We're
You
here.
both wrote D.
Yeah.
All right, so D is gift voucher. So Marsha Gay would pay by gift
I've
voucher.
done that before. I've done that.
I don't. How does that one work?
You'd pay by gift voucher.
Oh my
How
Your
come-
credit cards have the benefits, and then some of them allow you to redeem gift vouchers. So I've actually
You've
done
done
that.
that. Right.
And Micah, you would pay by dividend check, so you'd give up your
No,
dividend check.
please, credit card.
Credit
Oh,
card.
credit card. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're all about the
We're all about the
cash
points.
back and the
The
miles.
miles.
We're all about
Yeah,
cash back
yes.
and miles.
Yes. So is charm like country pay? option B
Listen,
was
we're really
charm.
so weird. There's no way charm gonna work, so we're not even gonna pay attention to that one. Charm. They're probably gonna
No
police and
country
arrest us. Yeah, I don't think I look good enough in an orange jumpsuit.
All right. Question number 3. She never buys unnecessary stuff. She's blank. A. Oh, by the way, use a new page because you got me confused just now. You had A and C on the same paper, Courtney and Micah. So use a new page for each.
Put it down the
Let's
middle.
put it on the middle because
Yeah,
we're going away.
it's a little bit hard to make out because it's in pen.
All right, let's just use
So-
one. All right,
Yeah.
one.
All right. So question number 3. She never buys unnecessary stuff. She's blank. A. Cheap. B. A saver. C. Always broke. D. Makes it herself. So you both wrote, Courtney and Micah both wrote B. Kevin and Marsha Gay both wrote B as well. Everybody is B. So B, a saver. You don't buy unnecessary stuff. Okay. All right. So point for both couples once again. All right. Question number 4. Wow. This laptop cost $1,000 US. It's blank. A, inexpensive. B, expensive. C, a bargain. D, a need. Not a need, but a want.
And that's for both couples, as in mutually.
Yeah,
decide.
both couples. What's your answer, Micah?
B.
B. All right. All right. So you both said B.
Let's use the one.
And what do Kevin and Marsha Gay say?
Mm-hmm.
He got that one wrong. So Kevin said A and Marsha Gay said D. So Kevin said it's inexpensive. Marsha Gay said
$1,000.
but a
But
one.
bro,
Yeah,
For a
bro.
laptop, it depends on the type of laptop.
I should have thought about it.
It depends on the type.
But
If
it's
it's a
my
MacBook
answer, not
Pro,
your answer. What will Marsha say? He's in IT. He's seeing $2,000 laptop.
IT guy, yeah, that's cheap for him.
it's expensive. Yeah, it's pricey for a laptop, but it depends on what type of laptop. Like, what are you using the laptop for? So, yeah. All right, next question. Moving right along. Question number 5. My wife has 5,000 Jamaican dollars remaining to her name. I hope that never happens to any of you.
Knock on wood.
Right, my wife has 5,000 JMD remaining to her name. She would spend it on blank. A, groceries. B, her nails. C, KFC. D, the kids.
wait, let me write this out. Let me write this one out. The kids.
KFC. You both said KFC, so you know she's not. Kevin and Marsha Gay, what would you spend it on? They both said A. Interesting. That's groceries. 5,000 remaining.
No,
to your
we
name.
shall eat KFC.
On
I was
groceries.
dead for hungry. All right?
Mike, I would spend it on KFC.
The timing at Casey, apparently.
Yeah, some food needs to be in the works. That was a good one. All right,
But
let's go.
that's
Question
very
number
good,
6.
Marsha and Kevin. I salute you guys. That's so nice.
Listen, I have been reformed. I've gotten over things.
Yeah.
2022 New Year.
5,000 worth of KFC is quite a bit
lot.
there, no? That's a lot of KFC.
No, that's not a lot of KFC. Mm-mm.
Well, the
Don't
price
know
keeps
the
going up.
price
So,
Is there?
Though nowadays it's not that much, huh?
Not that much.
How much for a 3-piece? Like 1,200 now for a 3-piece?
Yeah,
Can you
around
get a
that
family
price.
bucket for 5 grand?
It's a one piece.
No, family bucket for what?
I don't know. I don't really buy
I
KFC,
can get
so
one of
I
the
don't
6
know.
piece. I probably can get one of the 6-piece chicken only for the $5,000. 6-piece chicken only.
Only?
Mark KFC.
Just that?
wow.
Yeah.
For
Let's
5,000?
Yeah, 4,000 something. It gets it's
Really?
4,000 something.
6 pieces? No, man.
6 pieces of chicken
Anyway.
only. I think.
Corey, you know the cost.
Oh no, they get a big
You know,
drink.
Akin,
They get a big drink and 6 pieces chicken only.
That's how that Kevin buy the family bucket. And then somebody else said KFC capture your heart more than your kids. But you would share it with the kids. All right, let's go. Question number 6. Question number 6. How would my wife approach her boss about a raise of pay? A. She would request a meeting through HR. B. She would prepare points on why she thinks she deserves a raise of pay. C. She would ask other employees how did they approach the boss about a raise of pay. D. She would not say anything at all, and I guess just hope that somebody give her a raise.
In what world? What did you put?
No, she can't check what he said.
Yeah, that man said.
At the same time.
I just wanted to see what he thought of me.
Okay, you both said B, and B was you'd prepare points on why you think you deserve a raise of pay.
And fun fact, I did that just last week.
Look at that. Kevin and Marsha gay.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
Oh, you all
I
said
was
B.
concerned. I was like, oh,
I created bar graph and everything. I made a whole
listen.
thing showing mortality rate and stuff and everything. Like, I went
Mortality
on
rate.
and I was like, this is what happened, and we saved this amount of money doing that. And I was like, so what are you gonna do?
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
your stuff together. See, in the past, I would have been D. In the past, I would just not say anything
True.
and sit down in my corner and stew that I didn't get the raise.
In the past, I
Not
would have been.
anymore, of course. Not
In the past, I would
anymore.
have been asking people, but everybody
Yes.
keeps everything silent. So there's no transparency in the workplace. So some person may get a
Exactly.
5%
Nobody likes to
raise,
talk
some people
about
get
money.
8. Yeah, nobody talks about
So
money. Everybody
Strong Link wants to know, did you get the raise? Or
Fingernail clap for Michael.
congratulations. And Craig says KFC need to list. That's a good one. All right. So do we need to go to the next segment now? I think we should ask some questions of the husbands now, right?
Yeah.
Let's find out about the husbands. Okay. So wives, these questions are how you think your husband would answer. Question number 1. How many children does your husband want? A, none. B, 1 to 3. C, 3 to 6. D, over 6.
This is a B. At first, I wrote 2, and then I found out that we're writing the letter.
All right. So you both said B. So you both get a point. You get that point. Yeah. And B is 1 to 3. Kevin and Marsha Gay.
Oh, where's
Marsha Gay, I can't see your answer. Okay, you both said B as well. So 1 to 3 looking like the ideal
Marsha
number
is so
right
organized. She actually put her husband at the top of her thing. You are like
You
so
can see why the PowerPoint presentation would have been
Oh
really
my
nice.
God, she's
We
killing
shall.
me.
Strong Link says
Nice.
1 dozen. No, not in these days. Not farming community we're raising anymore.
No.
We don't need the kids to work on the farm. Prep school
No.
expensive, but
Bad,
all right.
bad.
Next question. According to my husband, blank is too much money to spend on a television. A, 200,000. B,
How would you?
500,000. C, 800,000. D, $1 million.
Wait,
Wait, is that B?
no, I cross it out.
You both said A. You have all correct so far, Courtney
My
and
husband is
Marka. So
cheap.
far,
He's like so
so
cheap.
far,
All of
it's
them are too expensive for
All of them
TV.
too expensive
None of
for
them
me.
TV they can come in this house. Not one of
200,000.
what?
This husband, no sir. All 50,000 too much.
So what size
Wrong
TV you're
household,
buying?
wrong household.
What size TV are you? You buying a big back TV?
It works same way. It works.
If he could, he
Yeah,
would.
you have anywhere that's selling? I'm interested in them.
If he could, he would.
I recently bought a TV, so I know what prices are right now. So,
Yeah,
my husband said, "Hey, 200,000 is too much to spend on a TV." I'm surprised to hear you say that,
I
Richie.
think he was probably putting 50,000 on his thing, and then he realized he was doing letter and him cross it out. That's why he probably.
Richie actually said, "Hey."
He's there
all
thinking,
the time.
he's thinking about the long and hard. Look like Kevin look like he wants to buy $1 million TV. Kevin, my
Depend on the side. No. All right, Kevin and Marsha Gay, what did you guys say? Marsha Gay,
Not the same answer. I just never want to show it. You see what I mean?
put up your paper, Marsha Gay. B. You said
I was
B.
trying to
and
meet him midway. I was like,
$1 million is too much.
Kevin Brofton right through.
Man,
you see, if it's technology, we have a problem. That's
He
it.
said $1 million is too much.
There's
So anything
no way
less than
too
$1
much for
million.
Kevin.
Anything less than a what kind
what's
of
a TV you saying? Another whole theater.
$900,000, Kevin. Seriously, because I went to Price Mart and I saw they had like the huge, what is that? Like almost 100-inch TV. And it's probably like 500,000. So what kind of TV
You know
are
where's the
buying for $1
perfect
million?
place for that TV for
Huh?
500,000? You know where the perfect place for that TV is?
Where?
Price Mart.
It's gonna stay there.
It's staying there. Not coming up.
No, Kevin wants
my
like the ultra HD.
Yes.
What do you call it? The curved screen.
And when they walk into the room, it just
At
turns
that
up
price,
automatically.
Kevin gonna be in the TV acting out. You're gonna see him on Disney Channel and probably gonna be there and Peppa Pig. Gonna be in the TV.
You must get it's a 4D TV you're buying, Kevin.
Man, honey, dinner time. The Kentucky commercial is on. You know,
Yes, the QLED. That's what I was trying to remember. The QLED TV. All right, next question. Okay. My husband says blank is more responsible with our finances. A, he is. B, I am the wife. C, we are equally responsible with our finances. D, we both are responsible for the areas that one falls short on.
I'm gonna put A because I know Courtney is not, it's all about himself, but I really think the answer is C. It's C, I put her A.
yeah. Everybody know me better with
still.
money.
No,
Everybody know me better with money.
it's just because I want to win. I know what you're gonna write, so I know
But that's the objective. So it's all about knowing. Yeah. All right, and Marsha again, Kevin both got it right as well. They both put D. So one of you has a strong point. The other one picks up what one is short on. All right, so you both get a point for this one. Next question. Let's see. I'm liking this game so far, and I think the viewers are liking it too. Okay, question number 4. My husband just got his NHT refund.
Mm-hmm.
He would rather spend it on blank. A, home improvement projects. B, at a bar with the boys. C, family. D, a trip to Miami.
Go again.
All right, so you just got your NHT refund. How big you got the NHT refund? What would you spend it on? A, home improvement. B, a bar with the boys. C, family. D, trip to Miami.
Never call
Why?
Courtney look like he not even know. Like he just
there's
not
two
spend it
good
at all.
answers in there. There's really 2 good answers.
All right, so Kevin and Marsha Gay both wrote A. That means Kevin is gonna spend it on some home improvement projects, fix up the house. I'm starting to get a profile of the couples, what you two like. So Kevin is gonna buy that $900,000 TV for the house.
Well, I don't think my NHT refund I got so tall. You know? Might as well me carry the family to Kentucky.
Yeah,
Kentucky wasn't an option.
Those are the two options. The
All right,
family
what,
and the
Courtney
home.
and Michael, let me see your paper. What did you write? C and C. So you both wrote C. And C was family.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice, Mike. Nice.
Yeah, Courtney's a big family man, but then he's
Courtney.
also a yard man. Like, I don't know if you watch on our YouTube channel, he's known as the yard man. Courtney literally fixes everything. When we go on vacation, Courtney literally, people are saying, we have a position here to help the garden because Courtney have cleaned the pool. Him a pack up tube. I'm like, sir, you're on vacation. You don't work at the people in the hotel. So they literally, yeah.
But here, Laurie said, none of those, as Courtney will save all of that.
And because it never did it. If that was there, they know
I
me.
was thinking the same
They
thing.
know me.
That's funny.
Yes, she does. She does.
But it wasn't an option. And she
You
said,
know me.
look what she said for him cheap bag.
I told you. See, I'm glad people see that it's not me and you.
And then Branjamin says, so NHT refund can take Miami trip.
So that may say? It's just never plausible.
All right, so the question actually said tax refund, but I changed it to NHT.
Okay,
I don't even know if
okay.
you get tax refund here.
You don't get that.
Yeah, all right. This is fun. Okay, so next question. I have no money. I can just borrow my wife's blank. A, credit card. B, debit card. C, oh, my wife got money like that. And D, emergency fund. Woo. Marsha Gay, put up your paper.
Oh.
Both of you said A. No, B. Wait. How do I know you're answering the right question? Because you turned. You had done, all right, you did say number 5. Okay, cool. So you both said B, and you get that point. And you both said B, debit card. All right, you got money on your debit card. Courtney and Micah, you both said C, which is, oh, my wife got money like that. Got money. All right.
Mike is always saving, mate. Mike always have rainy day funds. And sad to think he knows about it.
Man, my rainy day fund, but my wife got money like that, so
You're not getting mine though.
All right, I'm gonna ask one more question.
Nice thing.
Last question. And these are some good questions. Let me see which one I should pick. Oh, which one should I pick, Kristen? Which one you want me to ask them? Tell me quick. All right, I'm gonna ask this question. Here we go. Finally, everyone at the family reunion is asleep. Let's A, make love. B, plan our finances. C, review our taxes. D, sleep. What's that laugh for? Michael, let me see your answer. Lift up your paper. You both said A. Okay, you're on the same.
I only said A because the aim is to win, and I know that would be his answer, so I have to answer. But that wouldn't have been mine.
Kevin and Marsha Gay, what did you put? See, I should have made this question neutral. It's too easy if I say this is what the husband would say.
Because the husband is.
I should have had you both answer for yourselves and see if you're not.
Yes. You should let them answer for the woman. What would... Oh wait, no.
Right. So
that was for the men. That's
the winner. What is our score? Let me check the score. So Courtney and Micah, I think you guys got all right. I don't think you got any wrong. So that's 12 out of 12. And Kevin and Marsha Gay Kevin and Marsha Gay, you did pretty well as well. You got
Yes.
9 out of 12, which
I
is
think it's because Kevin is such a techie man. Kevin, you are broth too much, man. Kevin, you are
but to
broth.
be
Listen,
fair,
that's
Courtney and Micah, you have been married a couple of years longer,
Yeah.
so
True.
you had a slight advantage.
Oh,
You know each other a little bit better because you've been together longer. So, but yeah, congratulations, Courtney and Micah.
Thank
You have won, and we have, but you both get fabulous gifts. So I'm not leaving you in the dark, Kevin and Marsha Gay. You have won a gift certificate from Ideal. I keep forgetting they changed their name from Portfolios. Ideal Securities Brokers. So you get to invest in some stocks.
you.
I shall also be sending some Appleton Estate your way. Both of you, both couples.
Hey.
And I shall be giving you a gift from myself. And no, it's not the master class, unless you want it. If you want it, I can give you the master class as well. But what I want to give you is a little. Who said you want a gift certificate to Helsha? Somebody said that.
I did. I
Well, you need a gift, Grace. You need
Yeah, I'll give you a dinner for two, both of you, dinner for two at your favorite restaurant. So just let the producers know which restaurant you want to go to, and that's on me. That's on KRM. All right.
Okay.
thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you for
Okay.
participating.
Are you Courtney? You don't people them gift alone.
I'm gone with it.
You don't see my certificate gift. You think that even
I was like, thank you. Thank you.
Woo! Next time we get a TV. Watch your Marsha keep on. Watch your face, Marsha K. Woo! Okay, this was fun. Thank you so much for joining. Katara says, nice
Absolutely.
gifts. Yes. Courtney says, drama. Courtney, a drama. All right, cool. So we need to do something like this again. I really enjoyed this. Thank you
I
so
will
much.
definitely
Yes,
be watching
fun.
next week. I'll be a
To our two
viewer. I'll be a
couples.
viewer.
What's
Yes.
that?
I'll be a viewer. I'm gonna be a viewer next week and onward. Absolutely. I
Yes.
love this.
Yes.
Yes.
There's another prize in the chat. What? So one of our viewers is offering you guys a prize. So this will be for, I think I saw it from the gentleman in Bath. Let me see if I can find. If you can find it, Kristen, you can put it up for me, please. I know I saw it earlier, and I don't see it anymore. I don't know where did it go. But I saw somebody offer visit to Bath, St. Thomas.
Ooh, you'd love
I
that.
don't see
I'm
it.
from
I don't
St.
see it.
Thomas.
Where
You're
is
gonna
it?
love it.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm from St. Thomas. So yeah, those are like some gems that we really have to like keep,
Absolutely.
keep going because the parish is already so small and forgotten as it is. So those are the gems. So you should go if you
New road coming, man. Come on.
No, I need to find this before. You find the comment? I hope he didn't delete it. I'll make the offer and take it back. I don't see where it went. Oh, here we go. I found it. Yes, he says, I would love to give the couple that wins a weekend at the Bath Fountain Hotel and Spa.
Woo.
So congratulations. You will be getting a
Wait, so
weekend
that's
at Bath
Yes.
Fountain Hotel and Spa. So we're gonna make contact with him on your behalf, and we'll link that up for you.
All righty.
So, viewers, we have more fun stuff for you coming up. Of course, up next we have your market recap, and the analysts are standing by.
There.
Segment of Taking Stock was brought to you by Bulwark Insurance Agency, insurance made easy, and Appleton Estate, Jamaican excellence.
Time now for your market recap. The Jamaica Stock Exchange advanced with the combined index gaining 3,400 points or nearly 1%. 116 stocks traded across the main and junior markets for the week ending Friday, February 11, 2022. 65 advanced, 42 declined, and 9 stayed the same. 164 million shares changed hands on the Jamaican dollar market, totaling $1.28 billion. Wigton Wind Farm was the most traded stock. People bought and sold nearly 28 million shares in the company. The stock gained 1 cent to open on Monday at 56 cents. QWI Investments traded the second highest volume. People bought and sold nearly 19 million shares in the company. The stock gained 12 cents to open the new week at 99 cents. And Fesco rounded out the most traded, taking up 11% of market volume, with 18 million shares trading. The stock gained 82 cents to open this week at $4.96. Now let's see who had the biggest gains for the week. 138 Student Living Jamaica jumped nearly 71% to close last week at $7.32. Margaritaville Turks USD continued its climb, up 32% to open this week at 24 cents US. And rounding out our biggest gains, JMMB Group 7.25% is up 30% to open this week at $3. On the losing side now, Fontana was this week's biggest loser. After hitting record highs last week, the stock tumbled 16% to open the new week at $10.14. Express Catering was this week's second biggest loser. The stock fell nearly 14% to open the new week at $5.66. And AMG Packaging and Paper was down nearly 11% to close last week at $3.34. This segment of Taking Stock, The Analysts, is brought to you by Jamaica Money Market Brokers.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I like this idea. Stock says more game show, but we need to ask stock questions. I think that's a pretty good idea. We should do some more of this. Trudy says that was fun. I enjoyed it thoroughly. And Raquel is encouraging you to keep the likes going. Share the video. Money makers. Yes, I love how Raquel always has our back. And Antoinette is congratulating you both for good sportsmanship. And then somebody else said, where did it go? Antoinette says, my team win. Yeah. So she had some money going on Courtney and Micah. Yeah. All right. So we have our analyst segment coming up. And before we do that, let me also remind you to encourage you to take our poll question. So you can go on the community section of my YouTube channel. Go on youtube.com/Kalila Ray, and you will see community. There's a tab called community. Click that, and that's how you get to our poll. It will also be in tomorrow morning's newsletter. Would you get a prenuptial agreement? Would you get a prenup? Would you get a prenup? So take our poll in the community section of the YouTube channel. So now it's time to talk what is going on in the market this week. And our guest today, our equity trader at JMMB, Clive Charlton, business writer at The Observer, David Rose, and financial coach, founder, and CEO of Profit Jumpstarter, Keisha Bailey. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. Great to have you on.
Nice being here. That was a fun game. That was fun. I was watching it. Yeah.
It sure was. Okay. And Natoya, thank you, Natoya. Natoya says, very engaging game. Great job to the KRM team. I agree. Yes. Producer, big up Kristen. Kristen did an awesome job organizing that. All right. So let's go to what's going on in the market this week. The big thing was the JFP prospectus dropped yesterday. That's Jamaica Fiberglass. And I know it's pretty early in the game. It came out Monday morning. Today is Tuesday evening as we record this. So I've only had a chance to skim the first few pages. I haven't read it in detail. I don't know how much the three of you have had a chance to examine that prospectus just yet. David, I see you already wrote an article on it, so I'm guessing that you've
thoroughly
devoured it.
it.
I know how David goes.
Yes.
So David, let me just first let me ask you to give us the overview then, since I know that you've at least read some of it.
Well, I read all of it. I just haven't had a chance to actually sit down and really, compare to the analysis from that perspective. Thanks, Davidson. So Jamaica Fiberglass Products Limited, which is now called JFP Limited, they changed their name back in December. They are a furniture contract manufacturer, which basically means that a company calls them and says, hey, we have these products that you like to design. We like you to design. Fiberglass builds them, and they just sell them to the client. So a simple example of it would be, going into a Starbucks. All that furniture you see there, and an example, the layout as well, is built and designed by Jamaica Fiberglass Products. And then even for the KFC locations, they produce the furniture and so on. So if you've been into a KFC, into a Chicken Mistress Limited, which is the actual company name for Island Grill, I didn't know that. Even AC Mar Hotel and so on. So they're in a space that is really dependent on economic cycles and so on. But at the same time, it is relatively lucrative for them because the demand is always there, especially as the economy goes up and down in cycles.
Okay, I think you froze for a second, but you're back, David.
No, so I was just explaining that when it comes to make a fiberglass products, that's what they do. So even right now, they have a $150 million contract with the Saint International Airport to develop furniture for the departure lounge and also the parts of the airport. The space where you go to sit down and relax before your flight. They have a contract since the airport actually expanding, so they have a contract to build new furniture layout. And they don't just do contracts here in Jamaica. They also do work with Prestige Holdings Limited, which is based in Trinidad. They are the owners of the franchises of KFC, Subway, Starbucks, Peace out in Trinidad. They are good clients with Caribbean Coffee Baristas Limited, which are this company that actually runs the Starbucks franchise in the Caribbean. So their reach isn't necessarily restricted to Jamaica, but also they have reach in the Caribbean.
Clive, what are your early thoughts on this IPO?
Well, I have not gone through the figures as yet, but I've done a look at the company and what it does. Its business line is unique, It builds custom furniture, not the traditional typical furniture you'll see in everyday homes and some business places. But these are highly technical furnitures, artisan type furnitures. I saw a program on them months ago. I think it was on one of the TV access business program. Really interesting though. And what I thought good is that in this era of Jamaica, sorry, it sounds away, but it's true. Quality is our concern. And when I saw the program, it was a really probably a 40 minutes program. And it shows the range of technicality, the thorough process that they went through. And I was really impressed. And when they stated some of their clients, and for example, Burger King on Knutsford Boulevard, I've several times been in that little small Burger King store, call it that. And I look at the metal furniture, the desk, the table, and I'm really impressed. The quality, the design, the style, the sturdiness. And then I saw this program, and they were the ones who made it. You see?
Yeah.
Now, in the prospectus, they show some pictures, and you can see the quality, the style, the creativity. So I hope that right now, the creativity is there, obviously, the resource and the tools, the capability of management to really pull through and to drive the business line is important. Of course, as David indicated, based on their customer base, and the market that they focus on, business cycles may impact them, but they have the opportunity to diversify. Fabrication, custom furniture. I mean, I think the space is wide for them to diversify and expand into other areas. And I suspect that is what they intend to do while they came public. Many companies come public to raise capital, yes, but there's something behind the idea of raising capital.
They're looking to attract new markets too. They want to go Caribbean and who knows where else. Keisha, your early impression of this IPO that opened next Monday?
I went through very thoroughly because I'm looking to see if I should include it in my Jamaican portfolio or not. So I scoured through. I also read David's article, which I think was good. Couple of things that I like. The cost base is fixed. So they're in manufacturing. And until they get to the full capacity, they will then have all of the future revenue and the contracts going directly to the bottom line. So that is good for them. They've also highlighted that they're operating now below capacity. And so the extra funds coming in, the use of proceeds for the IPO will be good for them because once they're expanding, they'll be able to use up the existing capacity much more. And the fact that they're still below that 100% capacity utilization rate means then everything's flowing to the bottom line, which we like because net profit is what will move the stock price. Next thing I liked was the payout ratio. So inside the prospectus, they're planning to pay out 40 to 80% of the profit attributable for dividends. So that's going to be a nice, healthy payout to investors as well, which we like. So growing net profit.
Yes, we
And
like those dividends.
yes, and with dividends is good. Also, the fact that their contracts, so the success in this company lies within the contracts that they have, and inside the prospectus, they've highlighted several contracts that they have in the pipeline. So that will be good for them as well. And the additional funds will allow them to continue expanding now regionally, so more contracts there. Because if you think about the nature of their business and their clients, a Chicken Mistress, a Burger King, Starbucks across the Caribbean, they're going to stick with one vendor. They're not going to necessarily shop around. They've already had an experience working with JFP. They're going to stay there. And so spreading regionally and JFP going with them regionally will be a strong plus for them from a financial perspective.
But don't they have different franchise owners in different countries?
Yes, but the fact that they're going there, the thing with franchises, the owners will speak to each other. JFP going into that area as well, they already have the track record, they have the relationships. It's just now they need the capital so that they can expand. So that's what I really like on the plus side. The positive, the negative for me, the only thing is I'd need more info on once the contracts come in, what's the payout like and how does that impact cash flow, because cash is king. So far, it looks like they have a healthy cash balance, so not much to worry about there. But the positive definitely are outweighing the negatives for me at this point. I like it personally.
So I can ask that question for you on
yes,
Thursday.
please.
Send it in WhatsApp so I don't forget to ask it.
Yes, I will.
We're going to be having them on for a special feature on Thursday at 8 o'clock, right here, same place, same time.
Yeah.
Well, same place, not the same. 8 o'clock on Thursday.
Yeah.
And you can ask your questions, what do you want to know about this company. We're going to have our principals of the company on the program answering questions about the IPO. Yes, David?
Okay. So with respect to the companies, so persons got this confused. Even a page rushed to say, hey, fiberglass is Jamaica JFP is looking to raise $280 million. That is not the case. So for clarity, this is a offer for sale and a prospectus issue. What does that mean? So Jamaica Fiberglass Products Limited, JFP Limited, is looking to raise $140 million. But JFP Investment Property Limited, which is one in the company, they're looking to sell 140 million shares to the public. So JFP is only getting basically $140 million net the selling expenses. And the company basically points to that, they technically took a hit in 2021, because there's a net profit dive from $78 million to just $3 million for the 9-month period, year over year. And that was because of the delays which came with the COVID, continuing restrictions. So when you look at it right now, with the government saying, hey, we're getting rid of, the lockdowns, and we're looking to potentially get rid of DRMAs, not sure about curfew as yet, they have the opportunity to actually work without significant disruptions, because that's what they say was the biggest issue for them. Because, for example, they're developing furniture for the Rock Hotel in downtown, which is owned by Panjam Limited. And the thing is that the project itself, the Rock Hotel, was delayed because of the supply chain issues from COVID. So, right now the company should see some improvements going forward this year, especially based on their pipeline of $253 million they've already outlined. But at the same time, that's one of the big risks I can see with the company right now, in the sense that significant disruptions to that extent in terms of operations can impact their profitability. But they've also stated that they really are in-house production managers, so they don't necessarily impact to that extent by when it comes down to supply chain issues. But one thing that impacted them, as they had last year, was the price of lumber, which went to all-time highs in the overseas markets.
And thanks for clarifying the issue of the amount that they're seeking to raise, because we also had some confusion about that in our initial reporting as well. So we'll get some more. Yeah, we'll get some more clarity on Thursday.
So clarity on that. So
yeah,
clarity, a company can look to raise capital, or a selling shareholder can look to get cash and sell their company on the stock exchange. So Wigton Wind Farm, that was a clear example. Going to Jamaica, sold their stake in Wigton Wind Farm. They collected the proceeds, and that went to Wigton. you
All
have
right.
the case of a company just issuing shares to capital. That's just the two simple examples. Some companies combine them in their offers.
Let's move on to a couple other hot topics this evening. So, if you saw market recap just now, 138 student living stock jumped 70% last week. What's going on with 138 student living? What's driving that reaction? Do you know, Clive?
Well, I thought you'd have asked David to answer first because David has all the information and has
Well,
access to the
David just talked,
information.
so I want to ask
But,
somebody else.
but I can speak to the market metrics, right? I have not seen any significant fundamental information to drive the price, right? I know sometimes information is out there, people can gather pieces of information, but I wonder the volume that trades, how many people have this information, and is it really public or non-public information? But nonetheless, their fundamentals and December year end doesn't indicate why the price should have gone up. So also in a strategic, one of the most important strategic potential driver of revenue is that agreement that they are still working through with the UA administration. That is, if revenue should fall, well, occupancy level should fall below a certain level, UA would then supplement their revenue, and they're still negotiating that, So I have not seen any fundamental reasons as of now, unless some decision was made that has not yet reached a marketplace. But David, who I am sure is very much in the market and in the
Well, let me
know.
ask David then. David,
Right.
since you always
Yeah.
know, what's going on with 138?
It's what I get paid to do anyway, and but basically what you saw with 138 student living was just, some persons taking advantage of low supply. So what do I mean by that? So remember, you have supply, person selling the shares, and demand, persons willing to buy the shares. In case of 138 student living, there hasn't been much, persons looking to sell, because most of the stock is held by long-term investors. And on top of that, there isn't anything groundbreaking that has come out to, signify what you call a justification in the value of 138 going up by that much. Because remember, most of the use classes are still online, although they're implementing face-to-face exams for May. The reality is most of the semester itself is going to be online. And the thing is, as Claire mentioned, when you did go and look at the data, for that week, you realize that it was technically still low volumes. So about 40,000 units traded last week, on last week Tuesday at $40.72. And like as you went across the week, you realize that the volumes went up a little bit more, but it was still significantly minimal volumes. So I mentioned some persons saw that there was low volume, probably wanted to buy the shares, and as they bought the shares, it potentially induced others to potentially say, hey, what's going to 138? I'm going to buy in. Because you realize today it's come down from its, relative 52-week high. So it's just one of those examples, somebody's not, people are talking about this company, and when somebody's like, oh, I want to buy some units, but there are many units there. So when they do buy up, it causes a price spike. And if they're continuing to following days to buy more units, it can cause price to go up even further. And as you looked at the graph a while ago, you realize there was not many units trading for that stock. And the report came out today, and revenue marginally went up by, call it, less than 1%, $278 million. And net profit was down probably about 5% down to $60 million. So there hasn't been any significant change. And on top of that, the company's receivables are still going up. They are still having to take out loans just to cover their cash flow situation. So there hasn't been any significant shift. It's just one of those situations I mentioned: low supply. So when it's buying, the price went up.
Right. So yeah, looking at the volumes, we're seeing on Thursday, February 8th, 39,000, and then you had another spike on Monday, the 14th, 32,000. So it's fairly small volumes driving up the price,
Go
like
to
you
the candlestick chart, Kalila. You see that massive spike in the first 1 month. Press 1M to the left. You realize how fast that spike went up in just those last 3 days? And it's nothing significant in terms of volumes, because I remember in 2019 when they were showing much more in terms of volumes, and over the last year doesn't see much trading action either. So you see a person, that low demand and low supply in the market, and person just wants to get the stock. So you saw that peak right there, went to the $9 range.
Yeah. Well, one that we keep our eye on, especially seeing what's happening with
Yeah.
campus living.
Yeah.
All right. So another big development in the past week, SAGICOR announced that they are acquiring Alliance. And
Financial
Alliance has been
services.
Alliance has been in the news. We all know why. Keisha, what are your thoughts on that acquisition?
Well, it still is pending regulatory
Well,
approval, but
we know that
yeah,
part.
so it hasn't gone through. But I think based on what's been released so far, it's a good move for Sagicor in terms of synergies and growing or being able to leverage the Cambio and remittance business. From what I'm seeing, Alliance roughly had 10% of the local Cambio market and around 9% of the remittance market. That is a good move then for Sagicor to incorporate that into their existing business. And we'll see. If it gets approved, it would be a good move for Sagicor. But
So you
nice
don't
move sweeping in and scooping
I
them
wonder
up.
if they will rebrand and just bring everything, call it Sagicor, if they'll keep the Alliance name because
It would make sense to kind of bring it
yeah,
in-house. Yeah, 'cause
I
the
think so
brand
too.
went through so much. Yeah.
It's especially with the issues that have arisen and what's been
Exactly.
reported, it might make sense. And then Sagicor is a very strong brand as well, so that would make sense. All right, so we have some results from JMMB. Clive, I know that's your company, but I'm not gonna ask you because you
Exactly.
are here from JMMB. I'm gonna ask
Right.
David.
Right. We don't recommend
All
our own
right.
stock at all.
Right. So
We don't.
JMMB's net profit is up 107%. So net profit has more than doubled. What what is accountable for this big increase, David?
Well, I have to give credit to Clive, Leovani, and even Greg Lindo's trading team because that is where you saw the bulk of the gains coming in.
Oh,
So,
really?
so gains on securities trading net, it was $3.27 billion compared to $1.75 billion in the prior period. That's a pretty substantial amount of money in a quote-unquote billion-dollar terms. And when you look at it, everything is relatively growing for the overall line items in terms of income, but that's where you saw the real strength come out for JMB Group. The interest income was also up, but again, as securities trading, I have to congratulate you guys. That was just bravo. Taking advantage of those market opportunities and just capitalizing because
Big up
the
yourself,
thing is,
Clive.
Yeah,
the
and
thing
the
is,
rest of the team.
here's the thing about
Big
it.
up
Yeah.
Especially bond trading.
So you do have to add this context right here. These results did not include JMB's associate stake in SAGICOR Financial Company Limited. And that's because SFC is reporting their audited financials right now. So it was just available to JMB. And last year, that same December 2020 period, there were no SFC results either. So this is JMB straight operations, no associate stake contributing to this overall results. And JMB has basically surpassed the entire 2021 financial year in 9 months. They did $7.5 billion in net profit for the entire 2021 financial year. They did $8.28 billion in 9 months. And the entire quarter to go. And remember, they're going to have to report 20% or 23% of Surgical Financial Company's fourth quarter and first quarter net profit on top of their own existing net profit. So JMB does $2 billion and that brings it to $10 billion in net profit. And SFC gives them another $2 billion. Potentially $12 billion in net profit in the 2022 financial year. And JMB is going to also embark on their share buyback program come April 1. So JMB shareholders have been pretty happy. And that is JMB shareholders. Those who own Proven Investments Limited were pretty happy because Proven owns a 20.01% stake in JMB. That means the most of Proven's gains on their 9 months profitability because out of the $30 million US dollars in share associate, JMB was $11.6 million worth of that contribution. So JMB success is Proven success. SAGICOR success is JMB success.
Yes.
The connected nature.
Ricky Spice said, the world is a cycle.
Exactly. But when you think about it also from an investment perspective, JMB's stock price isn't reflecting all this good news as yet. The
Right,
PE still
right.
is extremely low, Clive. Yes.
Mhm.
The PE is still extremely low compared to what the financial numbers are showing, and fundamentals drive the performance of a company.
Right.
JMB's fundamentals are strong and they're improving. When you add in the associate companies, it's gonna be an even stronger financial picture, but the PE still is indicating that the stock is fairly cheap. I'm surprised that we haven't seen a greater run up in the price, but there's lots to look for JMB, I think, based on what
Right.
I've been analyzing.
Yeah,
So,
people just
Yeah.
those financial stocks, people just are not attracted to them right
well,
now
Yeah,
at
right.
let me
all.
add some context to that,
Strong Link
Kalila.
wants
Yeah,
to know what is the PE? What is it?
it's below 7, Kalila, about
Yeah.
6.9 times, while the industry average is around 14 times.
Yes.
Mhm.
So JMB stock price is technically supposed to be around $8 by
Right.
quote unquote traditional context of how
Right.
PEs
You
Balance.
work
use
in reference.
multiples.
Mhm.
And
Yep.
the thing is, the context I like to add to it is that you have to remember that JMB trades on both the TTSC and the JSC. And
Uh-huh.
JMB is the best up stock with the smallest spread to get access to US dollars. So for those who don't know, JMB is in TTSC, they can buy the shares in Trinidad for like $53, carry it to Jamaica and sell it for 44 and get the US dollars. So that's also a factor you have to also consider. So although there might be so the demand is pretty strong because they've seen when the $100 million traded for JMB over the last 2 days. But as I said, we don't know how many traders actually looking to capitalize on that opportunity with JMB to get access to the US dollars. So
Yeah.
that's also a factor to consider when
That's
you
what's
trade
been
JMB
weighing
as
them
when
down.
PE is so low.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, last topic. We got to look at the US market. So the Dow Jones dipped by 500 points on Friday, which is quite
Yeah.
significant. I know that this whole Russia Ukraine thing has been playing heavily on the international markets. Oil prices spiked. What's going on with the Dow Jones, Keisha? What
So
should we be aware of and why?
we need to be aware of the ongoing crisis, the ebbs and flows of it, because Russia controls 10% of global oil demand. And any possible geopolitical conflict between Russia and Ukraine then will impact oil prices. That's what we're seeing now. I'm gonna share my screen to show you guys movements in oil prices. So as we look here, this is WTI oil prices over the last year.
Which
Oil has
color?
been the blue line, the price chart. Thank you.
Okay, blue.
Yeah. So blue WTI oil prices since the start of the year 2022, we've seen oil trending higher.
Mhm.
And what's escalating the increase is the geopolitical crisis, because again, Russia controls 10% of global oil demand. Any problems there is shooting the price higher, because we may have supply issues if Russia and Ukraine actually go to war. And so that's what's been impacting oil prices. But on the flip side, markets are panicking because this now will bring some amount of economic instability. Plus, we're struggling with higher and higher inflation. And we have the US Fed and other central banks globally looking now to start increasing interest rates. Investors are panicking. And so with that, we have, depending on the news of the day, we have ups and downs, very violent swings in the different stock indices. And that's what's been playing out for most of this year so far. So things to look out for, how the geopolitical crisis will play out, how will inflation play out, and what exactly will the Fed do. And then from that, we make our investment decisions on what we need to be doing to make money.
As you mentioned, inflation, I see the new inflation numbers for Jamaica just came out 9.7%.
Yes.
Call it
Highest
10%.
in 2013. Highest in 2013, Kalila.
Yeah. Inflation is mainstream now. Not transient, it's here. So we have to know to navigate these kinds of markets. It's very different.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Esther. Why do I have to call your name? Roaches and Rats Repellent Pack. Roaches and Rats Repellent Pack says, here in the US, New York, we're paying an arm and a leg for gas. Here too.
Yes.
Jamaica is everywhere right now. And then the same person says there's a full-grown assault between Russia and Ukraine. We're going to have to take bicycles to work.
That is true.
Yeah, but that war will not happen. Trust me, it will not happen. I don't think that. I think it's more hype media hype than anything, and particularly coming from the West. No war will happen. But the fact is that energy prices will go up, and it has gone up, and someone is benefiting. But that war will not happen.
$90 oil is not pretty enough, Clive.
Yeah.
$90
No, it's
per
not.
barrel.
Yeah,
oil
but
is not
remember, it's
pretty.
coming down from like 90 something,
96.
100 plus, right?
It's like
Like a few
91.
years back.
It's like
It's not that big
$90
a dip.
Clive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still
Yeah, it's in the
elevated.
90s
Yeah.
now, and I've been reading
Mhm.
some analysis saying that they're looking at $100 a barrel going forward, and
That's the highest
this
Yeah.
is
since June
reminding me.
2014.
Yeah, this
That's
is
the last time we
reminding me
saw
of that
oil.
period right after the recession when we had all
Yeah.
of the very high oil prices, and we had the Petro-Caribe agreement at that time, which allowed us to defer a large chunk of the payments with the Petro-Caribe with Venezuela. We don't have that anymore.
Exactly.
Although
Exactly.
fortunately,
Yeah.
we're in a much better financial position now than we were then, despite COVID. Whoa, we didn't even get to
For
talk
sure.
about the budget, but
Yes.
we'll talk about that some more when the budget debate begins in March, because we want to hear, what are the plans to finance this budget. I'm hearing talk of no new taxes. Hopefully that is true. So let's see. Thank you guys for joining me yet again, Clive, David, and Keisha. Always a pleasure having you.
Thank you
Thanks,
for having
Colleen.
us.
Take care.
Always glad to
Bye.
be
You
here.
take care. Good.
Stay tuned. We'll be back, and I'll take your final comments.
This segment of Taking Stock, The Analysts, was brought to you by Jamaica Money Market Brokers.
So Roaches and Rats says, Kalila, I'm a business owner. Okay, I figured that's why your handle is about roaches and rats repellent pack. That's your business. All right, cool. Gotcha. Stocks Unedited says, hype gas price with fake war. Strong Link says Russia will benefit from elevated prices. Yeah, they're one of the largest oil producers in the world, if not the largest. They're definitely way up there. Jason says Fesco benefiting. Perhaps not. I saw an article in one of the local papers this week. I think it was written by Dashan and Hendricks that the gas stations have reduced their margins because of this dramatic increase, because they don't want to pass on the full amount to customers. So perhaps not. When gas prices go up, or when oil prices go up, you would expect gas prices would follow suit, but they haven't done so. Even though we're seeing over $200 a liter at the pumps, their margins have come down quite a bit. You can find that, I think it was an Observer, probably the Sunday Observer I saw it in very recently. Let me see. Jeanette says, I'm interested in buying stocks in Jamaica. Well, you're at the right place. You're watching the right show, because that's what we talk about on this program. And if you want to know how to get started, you can get my broker guide, which is free when you subscribe to the newsletter at KalilaReynolds.com/newsletter. The broker guide gives you a comparison of all the brokers in Jamaica, what it takes to get started, how much money you need to get started, and how their customers rate them on various services such as use of technology and quite a few other factors. Rajet wants to know my thoughts on JFP in one word. Remember, I told you I haven't finished reading the prospectus yet, so I can't give you my thoughts. I've only looked at the first few pages to see what is the general offer. But I will be up to speed before Thursday, because on Thursday at 8 p.m. right here on YouTube and Facebook, we will be interviewing principals of JFP on this program. So any questions that you have about the company, you can ask them in the chat, the live chat, Thursday at 8 p.m. That's when that starts, and they will be right here on Kalila Reynolds Media. Strong Link says, double whammy for them. Volumes down too low. Who are you talking about, Strong Link? Is that the 138 SL? Let me see. Had a few more comments as well that I wanted to look at. Rajet says, best program on a Tuesday. Thank you so much. Thank you. Much appreciated. Get those likes up though, because I'm not seeing the same amount of people watching who have liked the program. So give me a thumbs up on YouTube so that YouTube can recommend it to other people. Send it to somebody on WhatsApp. Send it to somebody on an email. If you're on the newsletter, you can just forward the email and let everybody know who needs to know. And of course, if you're interested in starting, you're watching this video right now because you are curious about the stock market, but you're not quite sure how to get started, or what are we even talking about, then you can take my Investing for Beginners masterclass at kalilareynolds.com/masterclass. And of course, let's get this money. See you tomorrow as well. We're doing a live show with Exim Bank, Money Moves JA, and our guest is going to be Senator Auburn Hill, Minister Auburn Hill, and he'll be telling us about his new role there at the ministry. So that's Exim Live tomorrow, Money Moves JA Live, and then Thursday we have the program with JFP Live, both at 8 p.m. So I will see you then, and until then, have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Let's get this money.